I've never gone in other forum, but I think that African can be present. It's really important to can participate and faire entendre sa voix.
And
To
to make people understand.
yes, that's important.
I don't know. I kept asking.
And I've
Tanya, do you know where the
participated a
camera
lot of.
They took it.
And it's marvelous to see the diversity, but we can speak, we can exchange, and that's.
I think that's also strong because in Porto Alegre, of course, there were many Latin Americans, but there were some people from India and some from Asia, and there were very few Africans. So here, of course, there are very few from Latin America, which is a pity because it's very difficult to travel. I think the only direct flights are like from Brazil to Johannesburg,
Yes.
South Africa, but not anywhere else. But I think it's very good to have it here. I think it's a pity that Kenyans, poor Kenyans, it's difficult for them to access
Yes.
because they charge money, or they charge a lot for
Yes.
Kenyans.
This afternoon we go in Uru Park to go to the forum with Kenyans who can get here.
That they get
Yes, because the accreditation is too expensive
Yeah.
for him, and they have organized forum in the park in Nairobi, and this afternoon we go to exchange with them.
For me, I've just the two, I think, most important things, because I'm a member of parliament in Austria, and I work on international issues, globalization, transnational companies, etc., and also the way the EU acts towards other parts. So for me, that is very important, the discussion Africans have here on the European economic partnership agreements that are going to be negotiated, which, as seen from Africa, are going to be very detrimental to the economy here. So that will be my task when I get back with other Green parliamentarians and others from other parties and the civil society, an organization like yours probably, to push the European Commission and the European
Yes.
governments
To change.
to make a partnership agreement that is not only focusing on free trade, but it is focusing on democracy and human rights, on sustainable and
Yes,
ecological and social economy, and something that's for the people here and not for exports.
And I think it's important to change the relation between Europe and Africa. I've assisted a workshop of relation between France and Afrique, and it's really important to change now the situation. And with the presidential in France, it's now.
You can use that as a
yes,
pressure.
now
Yeah, that's good.
I think it's
Yeah.
now, and we have met a lot of party in France, a candidate, and something say yes, we wanted to change the relation, and les Verts, le PS moyen, l'UMP wanted to change, and I think it's a good opportunity.
To pressurize them.
Yes.
Yeah. And the one other thing I really enjoy here is that there is this Q spot, which is the queer spot of lesbian and gays,
Yes.
which for Africa is something
Yes.
very important. I'm a lesbian myself. I'm the
Yes.
only politician out on the national level in Austria about
Yes.
it. And I know many of the African gays and lesbians.
Yes.
And so it's great they do things like making a difference in Uganda, yeah, and in Kenya or Nigeria, where they try to really, under the conditions there are, yeah, with death penalty or just years of prison,
Yes.
that they demand the rights, like human rights, to love who you want. And there was the march. Did you see it in the morning? Where they had
no.
a signpost saying homosexuality is not just about sex; it's also about love.
Yes.
And that I really find that a lot of people come there and ask them, are curious, maybe a little aggressive, but it's a way to make people understand that homosexuality is not something that is
Yes.
going to harm anybody. Yeah. What else did you see that you enjoyed? What else did you find important here? What you have seen?
The meet. I met a lot of people. I speak with him. We exchange. We are practical, and it's riche.
very enriching.
Yes, enriching,
experience.
and I think it's a time of formation for me to speak a lot of subject, and yes, that's for me. It's important. It's formation. It's a real time of formation for me, and an opening. It's of the world. Yes, because I've never traveled, and it's my first travel.
Really?
Yes, and I met a lot of people all over the world, and that's really interesting.
Yeah, and I think with this experience, it's really possible to work for another world and to get
Yes,
it.
yes.
And to tell those who want to produce arms and go to war, to tell them no. Yeah, because it's the only way, I think, really to get on and to have a peaceful world if people meet, and get their prejudices out of their minds.
Yes, but I think I have the question of environment is not really present over. Like the question of water.
Yeah, that's quite present.
Yes,
There were
that's
very
quite present,
few.
but I think it's really important now, and we can speak about this question. For me, it's really important, and c'est pas assez présent. Je crois.
It's not that present. Maybe you're right, but there's Wangari Maathai, the Peace Nobel Prize winner. She's from Kenya, and she's a parliamentarian with the Green Party. She created this Green Belt movement, planted trees all over Kenya, and that you can really see that if you go to Nairobi, you got every place they're planting trees.
I've seen a film.
And it's not just the trees; it's the way that people get active, that they do something, that they protest, and so on. So that. But maybe you're right; it's not as present here as it should be.
For me, it's the more important question. The environment now, we must. For another world, it's important.
So maybe we have to do something to green the social forum a little more.
Yes.
Okay.